Welcome everyone to Survival Game Guide in our Sengoku Dynasty series. We're coming up pretty close to the end of the season here, the current season, which I believe is autumn. So we're going into winter next season. And I'm getting pretty gosh darn tired of crafting, cutting down all the trees. So it's time to get a woodworker. I have an extra worker who I can put in there. So that's what we're building today. So if you are looking at, wood cutting and how to assign workers and how to get your production going for that, this will help you hopefully. So we need to build the hut first, and we're going to find that in our buildings, our production buildings. It's right here, Woodcutter's hut, the second option. This thing can be kind of finicky, so we're going to try and find a nice kind of flat area for this. I'm kind of like in the way, so I probably got to move this way a bit. This bandit is not helping me either. Mr. Bandit, you gotta move there, good sir. And, oh, we'll go. You know what? That actually looks pretty good right there. Yeah, we like that. All right, so, as always, we'll kind of split this off into the different building sections. But if you want to get your resources together beforehand, you're going to need 13 logs of any type, 36 planks of any type, 13 sticks, and 4 stones. That's a total. It's really not too expensive a building, which is pretty nice. Right now we're going to put in 8 logs of any type. But yeah, it's really not too expensive of a building to make. It's pretty simplistic, actually, which is really nice. We're on the floor part now. It does need 8. I actually hammered one in there already. But you need 8 planks of any type. And another great kind of thing about this, too, is that it doesn't really require, like, bamboo or anything like that. Nothing like that requires you to really go outside and travel far from your little starting area, I would say. Again, if you're building in this area. So we have the exterior now. These are empty, so we just got to hammer these both in. Don't have to have any kind of resources. And then we're going to start working on the different walls. But yeah, so this is a pretty simple construction building, which makes sense. It's kind of like, it's geared towards, one of the first buildings that you should probably be making. I probably should have made this earlier, but, I do things as they make sense to me. All right, so that is the exterior. You can see, again, it's not really expensive at all, so you don't need to spend too much time gathering the resources for this. But we're on the roof now, which needs 4 stones, 6 sticks, 2 logs of any type, and 8 planks of any type. So we're going to hammer these in. Now, this does have furniture pieces that you have to make, because the interesting thing about the woodcutter's hut is that it's actually like 3 jobs in one. So you can have 3 people working in here doing separate things, and we'll go over that once we finish the build here. But we have that done. Now we can go ahead and make the furniture. This is the first furniture stage. We have 1 log here, and we need 4 planks, both of any types. So we'll just hammer that in. And then we have like this little construction kind of bench thing here, which requires 2 logs and 4 planks of any type. And there we go. We have our woodcutters thing all done. Let's put the hammer away. There we go. Now you could, if you wanted to, I think, change this to something. You could put like a door here if you wanted to. I'm fine just keeping it empty. I got no problem with that. So there's our woodcutter's hut. So let's go ahead and get into assigning somebody here. We're going to go to our dynasty for that, our jobs, and you'll see that you have like 3 different options for your woodworker. So you can put 3 workers in here. The first one is just the woodworker and woodcutter at Woodcutter's hut, and this is the one where you're going to be getting like your basic resources, your logs, and your bamboo. You do need an axe to craft. Let's bump that up while it's there. For them to gather these resources for you. So that's like your first option. Your second option here is you could do the carpentry station, and if you choose that, that's basically where they're going to get some of these other resources like sticks and firewood, but they're also going to be kind of taking the basic resource and crafting it into something else. So this is where you're going to get your planks. This is where you can get, debarked logs if you need that for, whatever reason you might have. And depending on what you're doing here, you're going to need a certain tool. The adze for the debarking and the planking, or the sticks and the firewood, if you're going to, you're going to need the axe for that if you want to get those. And then the final job that you can give somebody here, it just, again, it says woodworker and woodworking table. This is where you can use the different resources that you are kind of like crafting, like your planks, for example, into tools, into other kinds of crafting things, like, you know, your bucket here, a stirring tool, your stone knife, oil lamp, some bottles, fertilizer bucket, which would not be bad to have now that the farming update just came out. So there's a bunch of like different things here. Like water bucket would not be a bad thing to have, especially because I know that eventually you're going to need to make like a little beverage storage thing for your villagers, because they're going to need water at some point here. So, you know, that's certainly helpful here. And you can kind of see what you need on the side here. If anything, like these things, it doesn't seem like you need anything. They'll take the resources and just craft these for you. But if it does require a tool, it says right here on the right side. So that's pretty nice there. And again, that's just kind of like things that you can possibly sell, or, you know, start crafting so that, you know, your various other workers have these tools for them, or you yourself have these tools for you, or, you know, storage for like liquids and stuff. So that's kind of like how the different jobs here. We just want somebody working and getting just the basic resources. So first things first, we're going to assign our worker, which is our fun little Sayuri here. She's Aiko's already working at the forager's hut. She's our only like free worker right now. We're gonna go ahead and have her. Let's go do log, and then we'll do a deciduous log because I need those, and we'll do some bamboo. And before we get to, indeed it is about to end. Before we get into like telling them how much we want to make of them all, we have to give this person an axe, and they do need an axe for each different production line that they have going. Now the good news is that we'll just make some stone axes. How many can I make? I need 3 more. That wasn't what I meant to do, but okay, we'll just do it this way, I guess. The good news is that once they have that axe, it doesn't go away immediately, like after they use that season. The durability goes down, but they don't eat it up, if you will. It'll still be there. So we're gonna go ahead and let's just put these tools over here. And this is where you're going to put tools, by the way. Maybe not all tools go in here, but most of them are going to go in your general storage. So we have the 4 axes there, which is awesome. So let's just go back into our management thing here, and we're going to tell her to use it. I probably have a few in there. So we'll go ahead and do that, and this is basically how you assign what tool to use for these. And once we have that, then we can tell her how much of the product or the resource that we want her to make. We're just going to go max because I want all these items, right? So we're just going to go max, 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 and max. And that tells us how much she'll be able to craft or gather, which is 8, 8, 8, and 6. And that's pretty nice. And obviously, since my workers have more than enough food, they're going to get like a little boost too, which is going to help with their production for the next season. So that's pretty awesome. Now, there is like this interesting kind of like efficiency thing here where the type of tool that you're using can impact that. Obviously, this is like a very basic tool, so it's not going to be the most efficient. If I had something like an iron axe or even, you know, better than that, this would be up more. This would be higher, which means, you know, they'd be producing more. So that's something to keep in mind. Like if you could start getting better tools, it's going to help you, you know, in the long run, because they'll be getting more stuff for you. But I'm pretty happy with all this, as you know, as good as we can get it right now. And we'll just let that go. And I guess we can, since we're close to the end of the season here, we could probably just do a quick little sleeperoni, and we can see how these resources will fill up. Let's just we can just keep on that. But this is what it looks like right now, basically, with what we have in there. I do just want to very quickly check my food here. Okay, that all looks fine. All right, so let's go ahead and just proceed this season to the next season. Change the season. Here we go. Press and hold. There we are. Yep, that looks great. We're good. Let's go ahead. Everybody's got their jobs, I believe. So we'll check the forager. Yep, I'm all good with that. Max, 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 and max. Just double checking that. Ooh, that's a lot of grass, but okay. So let's go ahead and do it. We'll change the season. We're in winter now, which will be a fun season to live through. And if we go right to our woodcutters thing, oh yeah, look at that, almost full, amazing, or at least half full, something like that. Regardless, we have a lot of stuff in here. We've got our bamboo, so many trees. We got our deciduous and our conifer, which is awesome. So yeah, that's amazing. And I believe our forager went and got some more stuff, so let's just check that. Yep, we got some more eggs, and we have some more gobu. So that is looking great for us for the start of the season. We have so much grass. I really should probably change that into straw. But there we go. That is it. That's the woodcutter's hut. Go ahead and build it, and if you're proceeding through the seasons, if you're not like doing like the full 4 days, it's a good way to get your logs, and if you again also if you give them better tools, they'll be producing more for you. And just get you can get a good amount of logs that way, and you can use them for new structures or whatever purpose you have for them. So that's about it. Hopefully that is helpful and kind of like shows you the production process, if you will, of how this game is kind of handling it and how it differs from both Medieval Dynasty and Wild West Dynasty. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.